Welcome back to the Rising of a Shield Hero anime review episode number 15. This I'm discussing the 35th episode, of the anime which is known as Katana Hero. This adapts from the the last little bit of chapter 14 and adapts the first half of chapter 15. I should point out that this episode was actually, that the whole thing with this episode, up into the very ending, was basically all happened off screen in the book. This is mentioned in a conversation I actually had a little bit later in the book. So the end of the episode, that actually is from toward the end of chapter 14. And basically this whole episode is basically what they brought up at the start of chapter 15 via conversation. So we started with Raftalia going to that prison that she actually went to in the book. And they actually brought up the fact that in that particular... Now, they do in fact add some stuff here that was not there in the original book. Take, for example, Raftalia going to the Infinite Labyrinth. Something she did not go to in the book at all. She actually was sent to this very prison as soon as she was sent to this world. They basically had to go to Infinite Labyrinth, then go to the prison to break out. Which, in the book, they said just simply in prison and just broke out. Here, they gave an explanation for basically how the heck they broke out. Well, first, they have a conversation about why she's so small, and apparently the cell doors, basically when we touch them, it drains their magic. Which kind of reminds me of something that happens in One Piece with the Sea Prism. It reminds me of a story arc in the Alabasta arc, where whenever Luffy touches the bars of the cell, he gets gets tired. That's because they have Sea Prism Stone. This is a very similar concept to that. Now, in the book, they don't really give an explanation of what the prison was. It just that basically was a separate prison. So, Raftalia tells Glass that basically her BFF is basically perfectly fine. Though, there's a little bit of blushing her later. I will get to that. So, she's very happy to see that her friend is alive. And apparently that the cell that they're in apparently drains her power because she's a spirit creature. Yes, so they kind of in a way break out due to having, let's see. Okay, also they're allowed to keep their weapons, basically their particular weapons they have. The scythe, the fan. I don't remember what Tessa has. I don't remember what she has. So, because they're vessel heroes. So they're allowed to keep their weapons, no problem. They can't take weapons despite how hard they probably would take them. It can't be removed because of the chosen vessels of them. So in the case of how they got out of the prison, it's simple as this. They have Raftalia go invisible, they have a guard come in, have Raftalia remove his little necklace, and use the power to break the wall. They break out, and then they get some cloaks. They basically sell some object that was made from Tessa's body, sell that for money so they get some proper clothing and some food, and show the fact that Raftalia is a big eater, like we just saw just not even 2 episodes back. We just saw this. My guess is they probably want to. My guess is the studio probably did this again just to get Glasses Group's reaction to see that Raftalia is a big eater. And then right after that, they get new clothes. Raftalia, her outfit lasts for a little bit. Of course, they also bring up in the episode that the outfit that Kesha wears, the hunting hero, her outfit was made by Glass, and Glass is blushing. Excuse me. So despite the fact they're best friends, it's very implied Glass may have a thing for Kasha. I don't know, but she's blushing a lot every time she basically brings up her. So it is possible that Glass might be a lesbian. I'm not sure. I just tell it just by how the anime presents it. And here's the thing. The book itself never confirms if she's a lesbian or not. It's not even implied. It's just how the anime presents it. That's how I see it. So right after this, they go to a shrine, which they do bring in the book. This did happen. So they go to a shrine, and that jerk from the experiment thing is there, which Raftalia was there to see this guy. Now in the book, he never actually met him. So it's like, oh, he's been the chosen hero to be the candidate to. He's the candidate for the katana, and he goes to grab it. But then it gets over to Raftalia. Now, in the episode, they don't really get an explanation for this of how the heck she was able to get it. In the book, it was simply Tessa and Lark basically mentally telling the Katana that this guy is not the right choice. Pick somebody else, and it shows Raptalia. In the book, basically, she separates them briefly, runs away, and of course, basically, changes happen to her body. First, her slave mark disappears, and then her height increases. Yes, her height. And pretty much becomes the same size she was before she arrived in this world. Then right after that, basically, she continues to run and just happens to come across a shrine. Yes, very standard Japanese anime. They love their shrine. So she walks the stairs by being exhausted, carrying the sword, and just by sheer coincidence, and by the way, in the book, they don't really bring up if in fact this is true or not. This is probably for the episode. Where it turns out this temple is run by a clan who support the Katana hero. She sees that Raptalia is a chosen Katana hero, so she gives her brand new clothing, which, by the way, the clothing she wears in the episode, that's the outfit she wears currently. So, good on you for the anime for bringing that up. And there's an image of her in the book. Let me bring it up here. And this actually... Let's see if we can find it here. It goes... let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, here it is. This is the outfit she wears in the episode, and this is the episode where they give her outfit. Though in the book, she actually is with Glass's group. In the anime, she's separate from them. My guess is they might show up next week's episode. It's possible. So, right after she gives basically her outfit, and the guards say, "Oh, she's the chosen hero." And the other guy who's associated with Kyu is like, "No, I'm the chosen hero. Give me my blade." And apparently she knows moves she never knew before. She's able to beat him pretty easily and kill his clone tigers. Yeah, pretty much what he does, he brings 2 cloned white tigers, which apparently a guardian beats the power that Kyu stole. Also, Kyu, he describes him as an a-hole in the episode. Raptalia kills him pretty easily, and then after dealing with him, then of course she just walks downstairs, exhausted, and then we see a bigger version of the clone white tigers, and she basically looks like she's about to die, and then that Fumi shows up at the end of the episode, and him, Philo, and Kasuna be able to take out the white tiger, no problem. Raptalia is very happy to see Nafumi. She gives him a hug, and that's the episode. Now, like I said, that ending bit, that did happen in the book toward the end of chapter 14. And this whole episode was mostly something that was mentioned, something that happened off screen. And I'm glad the fact the anime did give an explanation for it. So, you could say this anime mostly is a lot of anime original content, but at least it was something that actually happened. Now, you could say some stuff did happen. I think the changes they made here from the actual book itself was really good. And they kind of ended just about the halfway point of chapter 15. So my guess is they might fill in this little gap exactly what Nafumi was up to off screen between the events of the previous episode and when he showed up at the end of here. It is possible. Now, the episode, now the series is getting pretty close to finishing up. Well, the season, anyways, is getting pretty close to finishing adapting book number 8. It's getting very, very close. Now, 13, hero hunting skills. That was not in the episode. So, here's my guess probably what happened next week's episode. They're probably going to adapt 13 and do the first half of 14. And then they're probably going to finish at 15. And then probably in just a couple weeks, they're probably going to finish up 2 weeks from now, at least. They're probably going to finish up adapting book 8. Yeah, they're getting pretty close. They already adapted most of the book already, which is great. And I'm still loving the anime so far. So I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of the season. Which, by the way, we have 3 more episodes left. And that's it for Season 2 for Rise of Hero. And basically, when this one ends, it's going to be replaced by a couple different... This one... this one, Skeleton Underworld and Kasama Love's War, is when they finish up, they're going to replace by, as far as I can tell right now, just a couple anime. One is Overlord, Actually, it's three. Yeah, definitely three. There's Overlord, which supposedly is coming next month, though I've not got a confirmation of the day it's coming out. The only one I could definitely say I have heard what the date for is Ron Shigeru's Dungeon. It's coming the end of next month, which great, it's coming on Sunday. Okay, fine. Excuse me, but as for the the other one, I'm not gonna announce what it is yet. You'll find out what that third one is when I get a chance to read the light novels for it. But yes, that's going to be pretty much it for Sickle of You. Next is going to be Skeleton Knight to Another World. Okay, next video. Bye.